like doing more and being more productive, and I gotta be more of this and more of that. And so for this year, I just want sustainable goals. Hi, so today I'm going to talk about my 2023 reflections and my seasonal 2024 goals while I flip through my journal. Let's begin by why I've journaled for the last 5 years. So my journal over the years have changed a lot. Here's like a little preview of what my 2019 journal looked like, and this is like what like a recent entry looked like. So it looks pretty different, and I would say every year it changes a little bit. Even like within the year, there's a lot of things that I change because I don't know, I want to be flexible with what I put in my journal. So some things that I've changed over the years is earlier, like 2019, 2020, I used to use my journal mostly to jot down things that made me happy or like happy things that I wanted to remember. And that's kind of changed over the years where now I just like write down whatever is on my mind. So that's a pretty big change. Another change that I did in 2023 was I changed my monthly spread pretty often, but 2023 I tried a weekly spread and then decided I didn't want to do it because I just like putting everything in my Google Calendar, or I use online things to kind of track what I actually do day to day. But yeah, those are some things that I've changed over the years. So for 2024, things that I've changed, at least for January, is this like, what do I call this? My monthly spread. Usually on this calendar view, I would put like big events that I would have that month. But this time I wanted to do like a daily doodle. So each day I kind of doodle like the highlight or the most memorable thing from that day. And then I actually have a color that's associated with my mood blanket. So each square represents a day and a mood for that day. And actually I started in 2023, so 100 of these squares are from 2023, and then I wanted to actually continue with it, so this is like a 2023-2024 blanket. But anyways, that's exciting. So that's my monthly spread. And then on the left side, I've been trying like this tracker thing. I don't know if I like it yet, we'll see. I left a little space where I can write my notes. So that's some things that I changed for at least January 2024. Yeah, and then why I continue to keep a journal, I think one, it's because I don't have a really good memory. So there's so many times I look at my journal and I just remember what I did that time, or like events that I had, and I remember how I felt when I was like doing those things. So it really helps me like jog my memory. I like that. I also like it because it's like a creative outlet, and I don't know, something about writing down what I've done and what I want to do helps me just like be more intentional and helps me reflect. So yeah, I would say my journal really helps me reflect on my days and my weeks and my months and my years, and I like that. Yeah. So let's see. So 2023 reflections, I would say one of the biggest things for 2023 I learned was how much things can change in a year. And I think it's like one thing to just like know it logically, and another thing to kind of reflect on your life and then realize it. 2023 January, I feel like I was in such a different spot than I am in this year. And it's because I was still working in tech. I was super stressed out. I didn't know if I was going to continue being in school to be a therapist. I just like didn't really know what I was doing, and that really stressed me out. And it was a hard time. I had a hard time actually like creating my goals for 2023 because I really didn't know what I was going to do, and I wanted to be kind of like easy on myself. So I feel like I'm like in a totally different spot now. I'm working at the clinic, so I'm like definitely pursuing the therapist track, and I'm just like so much happier than where I was last year. So it just reminded me like how much can happen in 1 year. Another thing that I realized that was important in 2023 was the importance of silence and like, I don't know, there's something about like being in silence that helps me reflect. That's not the right word. Like, just like calm down or like be more at peace, I guess. I tried a few different things with meditating in 2023, and I think I finally realized some things that work for me. And yeah, it just was like a really big learning. And I think I used silence a lot in, like, I pair that with a lot with therapy. Like, I use it with my clients and I use it for myself to kind of get deeper or like more in tune with myself. So those were my learnings for 2023. And then 2024. So why 2024 is my first year I want to do seasonal goals. And why I'm doing seasonal goals is because I am so sick of quarterly goals, OKRs, and stretch goals, and everything like that surrounds that. It just gives this mentality of like needing to push myself way more than is sustainable, and just like doing more and being more productive, and I gotta be more of this and more of that. And so for this year, I just want sustainable goals. I just want something that like actually works with my life. And so I'm using the seasons to kind of help me balance out my goals. And what I mean by that is, like, in the winter, I tend to just be more chilled out. And then the summer is like when I have more energy. So what my winter goals are more like basic and like, yeah, I guess just like more chilled out. And then summer, I usually want to do more. So that's when I'll like ramp it up, I guess. So for the winter, let's see. I have weightlifting class once a week, which seems pretty reasonable for me because I used to do that 9 months out of the year last year. So going back to class just seems like a habit I need to pick back up. And then I also want to practice the lifts that I learned in my weightlifting class by myself at another gym. It really helps me just like get more comfortable with the lifts. And so I want to do both of that. And then my second goal is to create 8 YouTube videos, which is roughly like 1 video a week, which also seems pretty realistic because I used to do that in the summer. And I feel like I know I can do it. It doesn't feel like that uncomfortable. So both of these goals, like I've been able to habitually do in the past. So it doesn't really feel like a stretch goal, but it just feels like something I want to sustain over the rest of 2024. So that's why I have them as like winter goals, like the foundation of like what I'm gonna do for the rest of the year. Yeah, so I haven't written down what my spring, summer, and fall goals are going to be because I think it really depends on how like winter goes and what I feel like doing in March, because it might be pretty different. That's it. Okay, I'll see ya later. Bye.